Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Brian, CEO of Exact IT and Cybersecurity, and today we're diving into the breaking news about a major cyber attack impacting Ahold Delhaize, a huge player in the US retail space, specifically your grocery store. This attack has some of their key brands, and we'll name some of those brands here in a minute, causing disruptions in their stores, especially in areas like pharmacy and e-commerce services. So if you're curious about what this means for you as an employee of Ahold Delhaize or your customers of these grocery stores and the future of cybersecurity in the retail space, stay tuned because I'm going to dive into it in today's video. So just a few days ago, at the end of the week, last week, but it's starting to make waves and news today as people try to conduct their normal business at their local grocery store and they were unable to. And this impacts many brands across the US in terms of grocery stores. Now, this company, Ahold Delhaize, is no small player. It's a massive Dutch-Belgian company that came from the merger of two retail giants. They have over 400,000 employees and more than 7,700 stores worldwide and operates some of the most recognized brands in the US, including Stop & Shop, Giant Foods, and more. 2/3 of its revenue comes from the US market, making this attack a significant event for the US. I believe Food Lion is also another brand that is under this company, Ahold Delhaize. So that's the company, and let's talk about the impact on employees and customers. So for employees, as we see with a lot of cyber attacks, this situation could mean additional protocols and downtime as their IT teams work to restore their operations. Customers might notice issues, especially in the pharmacy or with e-commerce services, which can disrupt the normal shopping experience that most consumers are used to. These effects remind us of just how deeply cybersecurity issues can impact our daily lives and how much they are impacting our daily lives more and more as time moves on here. This is also a good time for you to remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you want to get updates just like this when cybersecurity incidents may impact your life. So this cyber attack will definitely underscore and highlight the ripple effects that cyber attacks like these have on other businesses and our local communities. And we're starting to see stories unfold and stories come out as a result of this. As we see signs on the shelves here, I have up on the screen, due to an IT system outage that are affecting some of our behind the scenes applications, product deliveries may be slightly delayed. We are working to restock our shelves as quickly as possible. Thanks for your patience. Stop & Shop. And this global outage, they're reported, Stop & Shop stores, Food Lion stores, other food chains, these bigger chains add gravity to the situation. These retail chains especially are highly interconnected to this parent operation, meaning one breach at this parent company or one breach at any centralized company, no matter what the industry or what the organization is, one breach can disrupt multiple services, creating both logistical and customer service challenges, as we're going to see here with these food stores. Technology is fragile in all businesses that we see. I've been constantly highlighting that on this channel in many videos and throughout these cyber attacks that we see. Unfortunately, the total addressable market is in the trillions of dollars, and the total spend of all businesses in the US is only in the billions. So there's a massive gap between what needs to be spent on cybersecurity and what businesses are actually spending. And that's why we are seeing these massive attacks on these big companies that most people assume have the best in-class cybersecurity. And over again, we learn that they don't. One of the things that some of the stories that are coming out in the news are highlighting is that gift card payments are affected. Another store called Hannaford locations in Maine faced technology outages. The website was down all weekend, highlighting the fragility of the retail tech infrastructure. While it's efficient, it can be vulnerable to serious disruptions during these cyber incidents. And that's true for a lot of different industries and areas where your technology works pretty well most of the time, but when there's a problem, it can be very, very disruptive, and those disruptions can last for a long period of time, further exacerbating how you feel about the situation. Ahold Delhaize's preventative actions, like taking systems offline, highlight the tough decisions that these companies face during these cybersecurity incidents. It's no small decision for an executive to make to take a system offline, knowing that that's a revenue producing system or part of their business. Compromising short-term services, though, to protect the long-term security is usually required in events like this. So this could be a moment for businesses to reflect and discuss your own business. If you're a business owner and you watch this, or a business that you might work at, how can you better prepare for an event like this and prevent these types of situations even occurring from your business in the first place? Well, if you don't know, there's links down below in the description where you can get help from my company on things like that. And the other thing that we know about these events is that they impact customers as well as employees. And in this case, these impacts have prevented customers from completing online orders and using certain payment methods during checkout, or even accessing websites in general. These are major inconveniences that demonstrate how cybersecurity incidents can impact daily lives. And I don't know the geographic location of a lot of these stores that Ahold Delhaize owns and their grocery store brands that they own. But a lot of grocery stores in a lot of areas in the US, there's only one or two options. And if that is down for you, that is not a good day. If you're trying to get food and supplies for your home or your business, and you're unable to buy food and water and things like that because of a cyber attack. Ahold Delhaize has responded with apologies, in-store signage like I have up on the screen aimed to communicate effectively to customers, indicating that product delivery delays and efforts to restock are underway. And it's a really big deal that these companies do a good job at communicating to their customers, because we've seen with cyber attacks in the past where companies didn't do a good job, and in the long run that hurt their reputation worse, because leaving customers in the dark when they can't conduct normal business with you typically turns out to be a really bad decision and a really bad idea. But unfortunately, companies in the midst of things don't realize that the damage that they're doing by not being forthcoming and proactive with information and enough information quick enough. And as normal, we see with most of these types of events, we see customers run to social media to complain about what's going on, and that was no different here. Social media posts quickly revealed how customers shared their frustrations online and how Ahold Delhaize USA brands were responsive in real time to inform the public. Food Lion's X account assured customers that their support teams were working hard to resolve issues. This could really open up, a good conversation now about the role of social media in damage control and reputation management during cyber events, because we typically see two things happen when companies get cyber attacked. And really, a company's ability to get ahead of the message before their customers do is really what determines how this plays out. Because when customers don't reveal information, what happens is their customers and their employees start revealing that information through channels like social media, X, and mainly Reddit. And they go out there and they voice their opinion because it can be done so fairly anonymously without companies easily able to identify the source of that comment or the source of that information. So companies that get ahead of this information ahead of time usually fare better than companies that try to hold things back, and then before you know it, the tsunami of customers and employees hits the internet, and cybersecurity researchers and threat researchers like my team find this stuff on the internet, and we start to piece together the real story. And many people think, especially in the retail world, that their companies and the information that they hold isn't important enough for anybody to want to hack or steal or ransom or encrypt or whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, we're learning that that is never the case, and that is never true, and it never has been. It's just a story that people like to tell themselves so they don't have to invest in things like proper cybersecurity protections. And in retail, we especially see a lack of investment in cybersecurity protections. And companies are learning that they need to protect this stuff because cyber criminals don't care. If you have employees or you collect payment information, that is enough information that cyber criminals will want it, they'll try to steal it, and they'll try to resell it or use it against you or your customers in some way, shape, or form down the road. Companies in retail should consider a full-blown cybersecurity program in their business. This includes things like 24/7 threat monitoring, multi-factor authentication, analyzing where your important data is and making sure that it's encrypted, backed up, and air-gap backed up to make sure that cyber criminals can't get to those backups if they infiltrate your systems. Performing regular vulnerability assessments is a key way to helping your company understand how hackers can take advantage of your company. Because not only does it look at all the things that your company is not doing from a security standpoint, but it also looks at a good vulnerability assessment will look at where your important data is and tell you why a cyber criminal might want to get at that data and what they could do with that information. So if you are a Ahold Delhaize customer or employee and you're impacted by this event, we'd love to hear from you in the comments and let us know how this event has impacted your experience with your employer or your grocery store. As we see with other attacks that I've covered on this channel, your experience help show how critical cybersecurity is and how it impacts everybody's lives individually as a consumer and also as an employee, because these lives are being impacted by these events. For any business, key cybersecurity protections include monitoring for threats, regular system updates, strong employee training. These are all things we see companies not doing today, and I mention them because they're important. Today's cyber attacks are more sophisticated than ever, with hackers targeting sensitive customer data and employee information. This attack on Ahold Delhaize shows why companies need the protections in place that I mention on this channel all the time, and why cybersecurity is everybody's responsibility. Again, there's links in the description down below. If you need help with any of this stuff, I appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to our channel, as it helps other people find this information. In today's video, we covered the cyber attack on Ahold Delhaize, its impact on employees and consumers. We also talked about the broader cybersecurity challenges in the retail industry and other industries in the US. If you're looking to protect your business, check out the description for more resources on how to stay secure. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe for more updates on things like cybersecurity and attacks like this. I'm Brian. Exact IT and Cybersecurity. We will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.